leather gloves, we're slapping in hams, popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands, pink cotton candy, love on a stick, who's chasing the beer, that circle the lips, play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
We are here back after a 1 week hiatus. Guy, laughter saves lives.
Live.
Right here on Strong Island Television.
How are you?
We're in Paradise Studios.
Paradise.
You can be seen on YouTube, Facebook, and Bobby just told me, Bobby, can I make that announcement? When do we have a date? Soon. Let's say soon.
What? Is that the,
I think it's the first
7
Wednesday.
p.m. What's that?
I think it's the first Wednesday in October.
7 p.m. Channel 115 Altice and Cablevision.
Long Island Altice is the new Cablevision. They bought Optimum. So
We will be on 7 p.m. Thursday nights.
On cable?
Wednesday nights.
Wednesday nights.
Wednesday nights.
Wait, Wednesday night.
I'll see you. I'll see you later. I'll tell you again.
It's too exciting.
It's a big announcement.
This is big. When is the first show?
I got another big announcement.
Say it again for them.
We'll let them know again. We'll put it on Facebook all over. Bobby, I think it's next month.
yeah, you'll be able to check your local listings actually. So
Oh.
Check your local listings.
I've always
Oh my
wanted to say
God!
that.
I'm getting all excited.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes.
Let's do it again. One more time.
Listen,
Check
we
your
have a
local
show.
listing.
Check the local listings.
Yeah,
we have our show, Channel 115.
That's big.
I got another big announcement.
Oh,
But wait, before you make the big announcement,
You're taking the wind out of my sails.
Wow.
but it's a big thank you to Bobby because
Yes.
it's all because of him.
Thank you, Bobby.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Bobby. Of
Big
course. we
thank
gotta
you to
thank
Bobby. Yes, of
Yeah.
course we got to thank Bobby.
What's
Bobby
the other
believes
big-
in
Go
us.
ahead.
He believes in us.
What's the other big announcement?
I'm only going to gay weddings. It's my big announcement. I don't like weddings anymore. And I went to my first gay wedding, and it was freaking awesome on the beach. I don't know if all gay weddings are like this. On the beach, no throwing this, no doing that.
Yes.
Food
It's
the
all
whole
same
time.
wedding.
You don't have to sit down. I had my Tootsies in the water. Congratulations, John and Mike. My nephew, Johnny Meyer. Mike, in fact, they can't hear me because they're on a plane to Hawaii.
So we're not
Right
on the
about
plane?
here. They're
We're
right
not-
about here.
We're not on the plane?
Well, Bobby, pretty soon Bobby will have us airing on planes too, I'm sure.
Listen, what you can do is, if you want to find us, you can check your local listings.
I just
Very
wrote
good.
that down on my pad.
So I've been very
Check your local
Yes,
listing.
I've been very down, depressed, sluggish, just a friggin' mess. And I called Emily. We've had my therapist on the show. I don't hide. She came on. She spoke about how messed up I am and how she tried to quit numerous times, and I just wouldn't let her. She said, enough. But she's wonderful. And we had a session the other day, and she said, how are you? And 55 minutes later, she said, when do you want to schedule your next session? That's all she said.
What she said?
That's all she said.
And you talked the whole time in
I
between?
talked, I cried, I laughed. What a wonderful session. And let me tell you something. All under the World Trade Center program. Thank you for taking care of the firemen that were involved with 9/11. Wonderful therapist. Next week, I'm going to the mountains. Give me a mountain song. I'm going to the mountains. Give me a mountain song.
Coming round the mountain when
No,
he
give
comes.
me something better.
I don't know.
Almost heaven, West New York. I don't know. I'm
I don't
going
know
to
that
Lake
one.
Placid. Paula and I are
Lake
heading up to Lake Placid.
How far is that by car?
Don't tell Paula how far it is.
Oh, it's like an hour.
I told her 2 hours. 2 hours.
2 hours, probably right.
It's like 6 hours, I think.
So it's 2 hours times 3.
Times 3. She's going to be in the car with me for 6 hours. 6 hours. So
He's gonna kill you.
it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice because I was up in the mountains yesterday. Listen to me. Yesterday morning, I took Olivia back to Binghamton,
Binghampton.
and got up yesterday morning and it had that little bit of nip in the air, that little nip in the morning up in the mountains with the fog.
Yeah.
And I got up early and I started doing my steps.
Right.
And
Up
working
the mountain?
No, well, by the hotel. The hotel was a little bit up the mountain, so I was going up and down. And this lady came up to me and saw my FDNY placard in the car, and she says, "Hey, are you on the job?" And I always give the same answer. Does this look like it's still on the job, lady?
Right.
And she said, "Well, I didn't think so, but I didn't want to insult you." You know. Anyway, I gave her a card, and we're going to be doing a show.
Remember we did that show at that hockey rink? We did a comedy show at a hockey rink. And we
Oh, yeah. Phil McGardle. Hey, Phil, if you're watching, Eileen.
When we got out of the car, it was only 32 degrees.
It was cold.
But it was like the air felt thick, crisp, and like clean.
You know why? Because you stepped into the Zamboni room. You didn't realize that.
When we got out of the car. Before the Zamboni room. Is that what they call it? I always call it the Zeppeli.
It's the Zamboni.
The Zamboni. I'm not a hockey fan.
I used to bring Vincent to Eisenhower Park just to wait for the Zamboni to come out. They knew us. And he'd go in.
They have a Zamboni. Oh, they have a hockey rink there.
The Islanders practice there. I didn't know that. So Vincent goes out one of the doors, and he's in the middle of a press conference. He walks out this door, and he's in the middle of the press conference, and he's like, right? And you can hear it. I watched it. Yeah. Cool. So they weren't too happy about that.
Very nice. I don't suppose you'd want to mention who tonight's show is brought to us by, do you?
I really do. Barrett McGarry. Lawyers for the 9/11 community. I saw Michael on 9/11 at the calling of the names ceremony. Gave him a big hug.
Calling of the names.
And listen, if this makes any sense, it was a nice day. It was considering it was 9/11 and all the sadness and heaviness that goes with it. When I came out of the ceremony, to see the hustle and bustle downtown Manhattan, around where the World Trade Center used to be, people buying hot dogs on the street, people having their phones not. Oh, here's John Buteris calling us. Let's answer the phone. John, I forgot to silence my phone. We're live right now on Laughter Saves Lives Live.
That's fantastic. How is everybody doing?
Everybody's doing great. Can I call you after the show, Mr. John Butera, who books many shows in Long Island?
So we got John Santo, John Butera, and John Larocchia.
The only reason
John Cube?
Three Johns, like we have in Florida. How many Johns do we have in Florida?
4.
We had 4 or 5. No, 5. My son. We had John Salerno. We had 5.
Oh, we had 5 Johns.
Listen, John, the only reason I answer is because I need gigs. I'll call you back later, brother.
Take care, brother.
John Butera calling in. Didn't know he was calling in. I should have my phone on silence.
No, it actually adds something.
It adds a little bit of they don't know what the frig they're doing.
What do you call that? Spontaneity?
Veritas.
If you want to find our show, you can check your local listings.
Check your local listings. But we also know it's going to be on channel 115 in this area.
Altice.
Or check your local listings.
Did you know Altice? It's not Cablevision or Optimum anymore?
Yes, Optimum is right.
It's just Altice now. Altice alone.
I thought they kept the Optimum name, but they may have not kept it that long. They may have now converted.
I think Optimum now just runs the cafeteria. I think they just handle the sausage and peppers.
That was like the one thing that the Dolans did right was they ran the cable.
They did a nice job. Can I talk about something new and exciting in the Larocchia home?
Yes.
All right. Big news. I haven't had a microwave for 5 years. We had a portable one. The one above the stove broke. And Vincent, every time he comes in, he says to my wife, to me, "Fix the kitchen for Grammy. Fix the kitchen." And she gives him little.
You do in your kitchen?
Well, here's what happened. You want to know the story in a nutshell?
Yeah.
The story in a nutshell is I'm cheap.
No.
No, yes. No, yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
I didn't know.
Yes.
Oh, that explains so much.
So much. You buy me dinner. So that was it. No.
Cheap or frugal? You could say frugal. I'm frugal.
Cheap. No, I'm not cheap. I guess I'm frugal. So the microwave went 5 years ago. We got a portable one now.
Okay.
During COVID, the refrigerator went. If you remember, it was curbside delivery. It was in my driveway for 2 months.
Yep, you had to hook it up.
And then the dishwasher went. We just get that replaced. Now we just got the microwave. But the whole kitchen needs to be done. It needs to be. Now she talked me into the cabinet, so everything needs to be done. And we have some good guests tonight. Did I tell you who's on tonight? Our favorite chef. From Jersey, no, our favorite.
Oh,
chef
our favorite
Tom.
chef. It's not Pat.
Be careful because our other favorite chef is going to be a big TV star now.
Yeah, he got a big show.
Our favorite chef. I'm talking about Tom, the guest tonight.
Yes, but look who else is around. Look who else is around.
Holy crap.
There he is.
Our favorite chef, Pat. I said Pat. Favorite chef,
Wow, he's
Pat.
crooked. Now there he is.
Congratulations on your big deal. You're going out to L.A. You're taking over whose show?
I'm going to be on Supermarket Stakeout.
You're going to be the new host?
No, I'm in the competition.
I thought you were the host.
What is it? It's not like an eating contest.
It's a huge show. It's one of Food Network's biggest shows.
Hey, show. Why don't you let Pat tell us?
You buy groceries from the people that are coming out of the supermarket, and you got to cook whatever Alice going to
whatever they have.
Very nice. So Pat is our favorite chef.
It's interesting.
But I really can't talk about much about it. I just got casted, and then I'm going to shoot in October. And then when it's aired, I got to put it up. I took an oath. I can't really.
So what can you tell us exclusively behind the scenes about the show?
I can't. I don't even know anything behind the scenes right now. All I know is I've been casted. They're getting all my airplane stuff ready.
Wow.
Well, if it's anything like when John was on Match Game, it'll be on in 3 years.
I'll see.
John, I'm a little different. People want to see more of me.
So, Pat, did you win it? Can you tell us if you already won it so we don't have to watch it?
Benji's here.
Benji's there. Hey,
Benji. I'm kidding, of course. We can't talk.
How you doing, buddy? Thank God you came on. We get the lights now.
You know he's on TV?
Benji, well, Pat, we just wanted to congratulate you on your announcement.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else you?
Benji says thank you too.
All right, Benji. Good seeing you, buddy.
Benji's 3.5 years old.
Wow. That's a half a birthday. You get half a present.
He was like one.
Well, it's not his birthday tonight, but it's his mother's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday to all.
Yes.
To all.
So what's going on?
That's it. That's really it. We just wanted to.
I'm already
Yeah, he wants to be on. He wants to be on more. You want to interview Benji?
Well, it's only a step up from you, I guess. Hey, Benj.
We got a show. We have a show. We have a show together Friday.
I'm looking forward to it. American Legion, Forest Hills, Queens, going back to the old town.
Oh, the old neighborhood.
Now, do you want me to MC that show?
I may want you to do that. I'll let you know.
I wrote you and I said I would do it for you, only for you.
I know. I saw that. I love you.
I always take one for the team.
Do something different.
It's good to brush up on your, your MCing skills.
It is.
Always.
Yes.
MCing is tough.
You should brush up on your comedy skills also.
I'm following your act too much, so you're my mentor.
Hey, listen, you can say what you want about this. You can say what you want about this industry, but nobody has ever stolen any of my material.
And they never will.
I don't think so. Patty Marone's trying.
Pat Marone.
Thank you, Patty.
Everybody, take
care.
care.
Congrats.
That's a great thing.
Deal.
Yes.
That's a big deal. You got to get them a big LaughterSavesLives.com
shirt
to wear so that they all go to our website.
That is a great idea.
And maybe check your local listings.
Check your local listings. Pat, you know what? I told you on Match Game, they wouldn't let me wear any. I wanted to wear FDNY Hazmat 1 Squad 288. It was a big deal.
You know what we got to do?
It was a big deal.
You got to get this. You got to get this one, like this.
Blasted on his forehead.
But no, not like how like it's
two boobies, like two boobies.
You got to get it the whole shirt, like the whole shirt.
All right, for Pat.
We'll get him We'll tell him to get a tattoo.
So it'll be seen on TV better. Like that's got to be the whole shirt.
You want to know if I had anything else to talk about to open up, or should we go to commercial? So we go to class, and I'm looking forward to that. Oh, I may be doing some work. This is exciting for me because for Marie. We had Marie on that.
Yeah, she was very good
from Florida. I may be working with her and doing some talks about trauma.
Awesome.
To find me. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Down in Florida?
I don't know. She's got Florida covered. You know what I mean? So it's probably going to be up in this area.
Oh, not with her. You're going to be working with her, but
trying to expand her business up in this part of the country.
But you saw where I thought that you might be going to Florida.
I did.
We have one of our Utah firefighters waiting. We are waiting for.
Oh, you know what we'll do, Butch? We'll go to the commercial, and then we'll come back. We'll banter a little more. Hopefully, Holly will bop in.
Oh wait, they're sitting next to each other. We're good. Let's go to
So
commercial.
they're both there on one
How does the
screen.
producer not know that they're together?
He knows
Together
now.
now. I see that.
He knows now.
All right, let's go to.
He knew before we did. Oh, we got.
All right, Bobby's not right. All right, so we got to fill in a little more time.
Yep.
We could always talk.
Check your local listings.
I didn't go to the Met game this year, and now we're not going to go.
I've been to like 5 of them.
It took the wind out of our sails, those Metsies.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I got a doubleheader coming up too from Marina, and they're not going to be in contention. And I got to sit there and watch the game.
Well, they might be out soon. Bobby, you let us know when you're ready for. All right, we're going to commercial. We'll be right back.
"9/11 didn't end on 9/11. 500,000 people were exposed to the World Trade Center toxins and are still at risk today. 68 cancers have been linked, including skin cancers, prostate cancer, breast cancer, blood cancers, and many respiratory illnesses. Fortunately, all victims qualify for free health care, and more than $10 billion is available from the 9/11 Victim Compensation Fund.
I was a paralegal just 2 blocks from Ground Zero. I had skin cancer and lymphoma.
I worked at Goldman Sachs. I had kidney cancer and respiratory illnesses.
I was a downtown teacher. I had breast cancer. I qualify.
I qualify.
I qualify.
If you were downtown anytime on or after 9/11, call Barish and McGarry, the lawyers for the 9/11 community. Call today. No law firm has recovered more money, with over $2 billion awarded to 9/11 victims. If you worked, lived, or went to school in the exposure zone on or after 9/11, call Barish and McGarry today.
My father worked downtown. He died of bladder cancer.
I ran from Gateway Plaza in a cloud of smoke as the towers fell.
My mother and I qualify.
I qualify.
Barish and McGarry's advocacy for 9/11 victims isn't just professional, it's personal. With offices just steps from Ground Zero, they witnessed the pain of the 9/11 attacks and lobbied Congress to pass and permanently extend the Victim Compensation Fund.
I was a downtown court officer. I had prostate cancer in 2007. I qualify.
We all qualify.
It's a good story.
And we're back with our upbeat, bubbly show. Bubbly is the word I wanted to use for tonight's show to bring us out of the
doldrum.
Out of the doldrum. What is doldrums?
I don't know. I just
you know
the right word.
You know who I watched that I didn't watch a lot. Saturday Night Live guy just pissed. Norm Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald. Yeah.
Have you ever watched any of his YouTube stuff?
Of course.
Did you watch his show that he did?
Yeah.
That's kind of like what before I watched this show. That's what I wanted this show to be like.
Oh, like that.
Look like a mess at times, not organized,
right?
And try to
well,
make.
We definitely achieved that.
Yes, and it's not easy to achieve such a mess.
And you should say something like, "Hey, O.J. Simpson killed his wife." You know that's what he did. Like 35 minutes of O.J. That's why he got fired from SNL because he kept doing O.J.
And he was O.J.'s friend, the guy.
The executive, at NBC. But
you wanted to tell our buddy Frank Fiala.
So I was at the Met game Friday night.
Yeah.
And I'm walking by the Hyundai Club.
LGM.
But I'm not trying to get into the Hyundai Club. Right? I'm walking by the Hyundai Club.
Of course, you can't.
You can't get it. I don't have a ticket. Right.
Yeah.
So for the Hyundai Club. So I'm walking by the Hyundai Club, and I hear Frank Fiala's voice.
Right.
The mesothelioma commercial.
Right, he's on a
So
commercial.
I'm with my friend. I want to show it to him.
Right.
I'm thinking there's a TV screen that we walk by.
Right.
So now the guy. So I'm like, looking. There's no TV. So it's obviously coming from inside the club. Right. So the guy looks at me. He's like, "Can I help you?" I'm like, "No. That's I heard my friend's voice in the commercial." And
he's heard that one.
Probably. Right. So he goes, "Really?" Yeah. I'm like, "Dude, I'm not trying to get into the club." Yes, that's my friend in the commercial. Frank was at the Met game. I found out after I got home.
He was.
I would love to have brought him up there and say, "There he is. That's my friend. He was in the commercial."
You know, you told me the story the other night, and I thought maybe you would have improved it by now.
It's not that funny. It's like a.
I was hoping that maybe you wrote.
Do you ever see any role with Woody Allen when the guy's pontificating about how he knows everything about?
Pontificate.
Not
Here
Kurt
we
Vonnegut.
go.
Who's the guy?
Pontificate.
Marshall McLuhan. And he goes, I know a lot about Marshall McLuhan. I teach a course in Columbia. He goes, I really happen to have Marshall McLuhan right here. Pulls him out from behind the side. He goes, you know nothing of my work. How you got to teach a course in anything is purely amazing. And Woody Allen goes, if only life could be like this. That was my Marshall McLuhan moment.
All right, let's bring
Are
in.
you two enjoying yourselves? It's not like we have two people who are on the job this very moment.
We're bringing them in, but that's a segue.
You've been on the screen more tonight than the Laughter Saves Lives logo.
Yeah, why is he always on?
Paul is we chased. Paul and Holly definitely.
Where's Paul and Holly?
Definitely know the definition of pontificating is why we're bringing them on. Paul and Holly, what is the definition of pontificating? So I don't have to look it up. Oh, you guys are muted.
They're muted.
You're muted.
Use hand signals, sounds like.
Hold up signs.
We'll play charades.
How's that?
Oh, there they are. There they go. They're not muted now.
Pontificating. Holly, go. Paul.
Maybe they didn't hear us. Did they hear the question?
Pontificating.
I don't either. See?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Rambling
on and on. That's me. Hey, guys.
We're
how are you?
pontificating.
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Good. I mean, Paul, we only see half of you. Can you guys just put your faces together, like touch cheeks? Oh, no, you don't touch cheeks, but that's good.
Let me see if I can slide.
Do this.
Here,
So
there we go.
Paul and Holly came up on 9:10, right?
Yeah.
6 a.m. flight into JFK, left on 9:12. What time was your flight on 9:12?
Like 8:30 in the morning.
8:30 in the morning. They did the calling of the name ceremony.
Right.
They went to the World Trade Center Museum.
Right.
They went in the Freedom Tower. They had lunch with the mayor. They did everything.
I'm sorry, I had to have lunch
The
with the
Statue of
mayor.
Liberty. They went to the Statue of Liberty.
Yankees Mets game. That was
Yankees.
great.
They went to the Yankees Mets game.
How did they get tickets for that? Sold out.
I never went. I never went to a Yankees.
I went
Mets
once. But how did you get tickets for that? Sold out.
He bought
It
tickets.
was a game time app.
Wow.
Oh.
Somebody sold last minute. That was cool.
You said something interesting. Did you say you were never to a Major League Baseball game?
That would be me, yes.
And the first game you go to is probably the biggest baseball rivalry.
Was it the September 11th game?
No.
It was the 10th. Yeah.
The 10th, okay.
10th. You missed the brawl on the 12th. Did you know they had a brawl on the 12th?
No. We
On
were
the
on a plane
11th.
on the 12th.
On the 11th, they lined up together, met Yankee, huggy. 9/11, nice, right? On the 12th, it was funny.
That's awesome. I'm sorry I had to have lunch with the mayor, though.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, sometimes you got to take one for the team.
You got to take one for the team.
And they ate grass with me after the ceremony.
You ate the grass.
Yes.
You were solo with that one, bud.
I got my daughter.
That scrambled stuff.
The guy was. They had. I don't know if anybody's watching because it was very nice. They hosted a meal for us, right? It was very nice, and they had like tomatoes and blackberries and some little meat. There was nothing to dig your teeth into,
Right.
but it was very nice of them. And in the middle, it was decorated with grass. Little did I know, the guy wanted to cut some grass for me to graze on. That was part of the meal. Am I right?
Yeah. No, that was accurate.
I would mix it in a smoothie, but to just on the grass.
Did you have any New York pizza when you were here?
Ooh,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's
how
the best.
how many places? Just one?
I think it was just one.
Yeah, we just went to the one by Station 10.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And any other food that you want to say? Wow, this was great. What was
the grass is really green on that side of the fence.
Well, we do have the best pizza in the world. Out of Italy, we have the best pizza here.
Well, Chicago people are going to argue with you. You know, all day
They
long.
can argue all they want, but it's
I've been to
good,
Chicago.
but it's number two.
I've been to Chicago.
I've been to Chicago. It's good.
It's
number two.
You ever have a Chicago dog? You ever have a hot dog that's from Chicago?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, had a
Okay.
Chicago dog before.
Different, very different. What was the highlight of your visit?
Oh boy. I would say probably, well, first and foremost, being able to spend time with you.
Did you hear what he just said?
I was going to say that's
oh my
big.
God!
That's
I
big.
just texted him. Make sure you say.
Right.
Yeah. I got the text.
Yeah,
I got
Let me tell you, you guys being there helped carry me through the day. I got to be honest with you. Because I went into that day a friggin' mess. I told you everything that went with me. The car dying on the GW bridge. Everything that happened
You got
to me.
that fixed? It was the battery?
It was they didn't tighten. Don't get me started. They didn't tighten the cable. Look, all you needed was a Halligan. They could have went like this. So.
They didn't tighten the cable, and you're on cable, channel 115. Check your local listing.
Did you hear what he just said?
We're going to be on cable.
Wow.
Really?
I'm familiar with New York cable.
Do they have cable? They must have cable.
What should they do if they're not?
They should check their local listing.
So what else was the highlight? All right, hanging with me, and I loved hanging with you guys and my daughter. That was fun.
Was that
my
your
daughter
first,
loved you guys.
Was that your first time in New York City?
Your daughter's fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was your first time?
I would say for me, probably one of the highlights was going to O'Hara's and having the New Jersey Pipes and Drums band come in, places back, and they just all of a sudden decided they were going to start playing.
Why not?
songs.
They play everywhere. Yep.
So no,
They play in the park, right in the parking lot next to the studio. There's an American Legion Hall, and they're out there practicing in the parking lot. They don't care. 10 o'clock at night. What time does the show end? 9 o'clock. They're out there.
He's out there practicing his imitations in the parking lot.
So was that your first time in New York City?
Yes.
Yep.
See, we take it for granted all the times we've been in.
Well, that's why I
I worked there
love-
for 17 years, but like people come all over the world, and they have so little time to see it.
But I neglected them because everything that was going on. I want them to come back, and then we could really hang. Really do some stuff in the city. So we got to make that date.
we
You guys
got
got
to
to come
set up.
back.
We got to set up a series of places for them to go.
Well,
they got to see the Empire State Building. They've got to see.
I
the
stayed
sights.
up in Binghamton the night before because I was supposed to really treat them well, pick them up at the airport, bring them to Hazmat. They were having the Mass Smith Bank ceremony, drive them to the hotel. I get up to Binghamton the night before, and I look at my daughter and I go, I can't move. I can't. I gotta lay down and get a hotel room. And I just texted them, hope you know how to get downtown. I mean, hey guys,
it's like we have a car waiting for you, but it didn't make it.
You're on your own. And they were troopers. They boom, 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 did everything well.
Well, there's definitely ways to get from JFK to Manhattan.
That's not. I mean, they're smart.
Nice
they're firefighters.
They're going to figure it out.
They get through smoke.
We're resourceful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the car really should have been there.
Do you ever find we got to go because we got the chef coming on. He's going to be making us a wonderful recipe. Did you ever find that when you go into a building and you're not up here, it's a fire, it's an emergency, how sometimes we get lost in the simplest of buildings? You have to walk down to the floor, you're going in, and then you might. It's kind of funny, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Guys, thank you for taking the time to come on. Do you want to close with anything?
No, thank you for providing an awesome experience for us, though. It was amazing, and I look forward to coming back out and being able to spend some time with you broke down.
Everybody loves you, and even into calling of the names, you stepped up like an emergency. We needed a list read last minute, and you stepped up and nailed it. And those families were looking for those names to be read called, and you stepped up because.
Barbara's at home applauding.
Barbara went like this. No, the one who's running the ceremony, Monica, gave me an extra list in the middle of the ceremony, and they'd already given me a third list to close it with, and I was doing a little thing on Fire the Michael Judge.
Right.
I see her turn around at one point. Now, I got 3 lists, and she goes, I see with a list in the hand, and I go, oh no, I don't come on. And she went to Paul, and he took care of it. Guys, we got to go. You guys are awesome.
Okay.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for coming on.
All right, can't wait to get to Utah. Let's see, Bob, do we have a quick commercial we can run?
No, we're not going to run a commercial. We're going to go right to Chef Tom.
Let's go right to Chef Tom, our favorite chef. Pat's not watching anymore at this point. No,
he's probably watching.
No, he's not watching.
He's not on.
He's not watching. He's where's our favorite chef, Tom?
There he is.
Hey, Mr.
What's up? What's up, gang? How's everybody doing?
Before they leave, too late. Too late. They're gone. Mr. Tom, how are you, my
How did
brother?
we get on cable? With
What's going on, Double J? How's it going? John Larocchia, John Santo, Double J.
We never
John
have
Squared.
anything organized, and we still get on cable.
Tom, do you enjoy watching the flow of the show?
It's very flowy, yes.
Isn't it like a fire? Like
Absolutely.
We get it done, but you don't know what the frig is happening. We got this kid Paul on the screen. Who is that?
Who's this guy?
Who's Paul? I mean, where did this guy come from?
Probably a fan who won a contest.
Butch, we got Paul on the screen. No,
he forgot to mention it.
He did
Paul,
not.
Paul is one of our amazing students at Randolph High School.
Oh, okay.
I knew he was going to be there. I'm just kidding you, Paul. I'm just kidding you.
I didn't know he was.
Yeah, but he's a little
Really
young.
quick, I just want to put it in there. Pontificate, expressing one's opinion in a way that's considered annoying.
Did you say that about me?
No, I was doing a line from Annie Hall where the guy said you're pontificating about Marshall McLuhan. You never saw Annie Hall?
I did see Annie Hall, but I don't remember. Tom, what do you got for us tonight? First of all, tell them quickly about the pennies. You guys are sending me pennies in the mail, right?
Yes, we are sending you $1 million. No, I'm going to pass that over to Paul. He's going to discuss our penny race. He is one of our executives of our student development at school. That's why I brought him on. So go ahead, Paul.
Hey, Paul. Paul, thanks for being here. I know you got to get to bed in 10 minutes, so go.
Well, thank you for having me.
Always.
So I'm vice president of the school's executive board, which means that this is like an elected board where you're an elected official and you're in charge of the entire student body. Yeah.
Well, look at you, fancy pants.
So we are having our Spirit Week this week, which has dress-up days. But more importantly, this year we have a lot of fundraisers. So one of these fundraisers is the Penny Wars. So each grade level has a massive jug, like they're very large, meant to carry a lot of coins. And each grade puts pennies in there. Now the catch is other people can put silver coins in there. So, nickels, dimes, and quarters. And once you put those in those jugs for other grades, they lose points. So the goal is to have as much or as many pennies in your jug as possible.
Right.
So I'm a senior, right? So I want as many pennies in my jug as possible. But a junior might drop in, 1,000 dimes, for example.
Really?
And that would be very awful for us. But obviously, it's all in the spirit of raising money.
Paul, but can I just interrupt you 1 second?
Of course, yeah.
There's a naked picture on the wall behind you. Can you please cover that? I think it's a little inappropriate. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Paul. I'm sorry.
Looking at my album cover. Oh,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
$1,000 is $100.
Yeah. So how much money are you going to be sending our way, you think?
Oh, well, it's only Tuesday today, and I looked at those jugs, and they're definitely filling up very fast.
Nice.
So, by Friday, which a lot of people are probably saving everything towards the last minute to make sure that they can win, because if you win, you do get a prize, which is
What do you get?
Well, it's to be determined, right? So maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that.
Wait, who's determining the prize?
To be determined.
The executive board. That's actually still up
Okay, wait a second. You want these kids to throw pennies in there, but you didn't tell them what they're winning yet? Is this going to be
I think the mystery is the most enticing for them, really.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they're going to get like a roll of
It's
nickels.
like the grab bag. It's like the grab bag thing you do with Christmas.
So we want to thank you because you guys picked Laughter Saves Lives Foundation.
Oh yeah, I mean, I in the meeting that we had when we're planning Spirit Week, we always have a foundation that we want to donate towards. And I realized, I'm also the president of our National Social Studies Honor Society. So we're doing work with veterans and first responders from 9/11. So I realized, it's the 20th anniversary. We live in North Jersey, where I know a lot of families in our town have been affected.
Absolutely.
So I think it would be like the perfect time. And then we found you guys. So, yeah.
And I'm sure Tom had something to do with that, I would think. You didn't have something
Absolutely.
Well, anyway, so thank you, Paul. And Tom wanted to come on tonight and give us a recipe for.
Yeah, so we have a recipe here. We're talking, fall, autumn season.
Nice.
We're doing a lot of things with pumpkins and squash. So I pulled up a butternut ricotta tart with a fiery arugula salad.
That's what?
What's arugula?
I know what
it's
arugula is.
It's a vegetable.
All right, very nice, very
you know
nice.
What movie that's from?
Didn't you say we're doing a lot with what were the first two vegetables you mentioned?
Oh, we're in the fall, in the autumn season. So we do a lot of cooking. Chefs do a lot of cooking with pumpkins and squash.
Okay.
And, this here is butternut squash. So I figured I'd pull this recipe up as being one of these seasonal recipes.
If you look down below,
look, there's the recipe.
On our screen, you're pointing to Tom's head. The recipe is not on Tom's head.
It's below Tom's head.
But Tom,
look,
now do you have
No, it doesn't work for us.
No
either.
pictures of the recipe. No pictures. Did you have any?
No. Well, I sent the recipe over, so I put the recipe, which is coming. But I do not. Where this is one of the recipes that we're going to be making in class, which we haven't actually fired it up yet. But I'd bring it on the show.
Can you send us a picture of the kids? Because these are the same kids that are donating the pennies, right?
Yeah, well, a lot of them will be, yes.
Right.
Yep.
So let's get a picture so we can post it on the website of the recipe, the finished recipe, and a picture, maybe a group picture with the kids.
That would be fantastic. We'll have to get I'll have to get Paul to facilitate that.
Don't post the recipe. Let them rewind the show and watch it.
Well, we can. True.
That'll
we'll
get more
post
clicks.
It again. We'll post it again.
Look, it's running along. It's like a news ticker.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's like, my stocks.
Well, yeah. That looks like. We're gonna make this recipe also.
We're gonna make this.
You're gonna make it. You're gonna do something for the freaking show.
I don't know how to make that.
Right there, ingredients: 1 butternut squash.
It's simple. It's basically like a vegetable Sicilian pizza.
Ooh, that sounds nice. Paul, is there anything else that you want to add about the fundraiser, about the school, or about the naked pictures behind you?
Well, I can't say anything about the last one because that's confidential. But I could definitely say that everyone's super excited to donate for this because it's just such a great cause. And it's a very, very quick way to make a lot of money because once you get people competitive, it's great.
Going off. His tangent alarm is going off. Done. He's done.
Paul,
he can't hold it in.
You write to me tomorrow. I'm going to send you, for whoever wins, one of the prizes you're going to give them is a Laughter Saves Lives t-shirt.
Whoa, a t-shirt.
That's awesome.
Right?
Awesome.
Yeah.
I tried to. I knew he was going off on a tangent.
I know.
I tried to
was
stop
losing
him.
it.
I couldn't stop him.
And I'll throw in an FDNY t-shirt also.
Oh.
But Paul, throw something else in. Don't be cheap. Get something else.
No,
listen, John, I got to say that a bunch of other teachers have stepped up and they're doing other fundraisers throughout the year.
Cool.
So all that money, including what we're doing in the culinary program for our clothing drive, we're going to bundle up together and it's all going to be sent to you. The penny drive, we've got a couple of Krispy Kreme donut sales that are going in there. Our clothing drive, some of that stuff's going in there. So we're really looking forward to meeting up with you for the donation.
I mentioned to the lady who emailed me. I mentioned to the lady who emailed me that, hey, let's do a comedy night also. So we'd love to do that. And also, what is the amount of money that we need to raise that I can go and collect the check? What do you guys think is the amount that John should be gracious enough to go, you know what? I got to go to Jersey to collect this check. What do you think that amount should be, Paul?
That's a good question. I mean, we're definitely going to hit some pretty high numbers.
All right, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there.
You got to cover the toll.
And freeze the recipe so I can have a piece of that. Freeze a piece for me.
Oh, well, we'll make it fresh. If we know you're coming, we'll have it fresh and ready to go.
Now, if this show is in northern New Jersey, what's that for me?
Well, if we do a comedy show, you'll be on the show.
No, but I appreciate that.
Yeah.
No, but think about what that means.
What?
It's Tony Soprano.
Northern
New Jersey's my freaking home.
True. Let's do this. Guys, can you two guys hang out? And we're going to close with a comic. Is there anything else you guys wanted to add?
No, I think we're good, John. We just wanted to let you know that we got your back, and me as a firefighter, I appreciate everything you've done for the first responders and those who are no longer with us. and just keep fighting that fight, brother.
Wait, you're a firefighter and a chef?
Yes. We feel the love. We feel the love over here, guys. Let's. Are we going to break the commercial and then bring Bob back, or are we going right to Bob?
No, we can break for commercial. Let's do Life Hack.
Now the producer gets the engineer the commercials before the show starts. Maybe like last night, he goes, Bob, here's the commercials we're going to use. He doesn't come on the screen and go, you know what?
Yeah, it's not like making a request.
You're on Long Island. I'm in Jersey, so this is how we have to do it.
You can text.
And now it's time for this.
Let's go to commercial. We'll be back with our comic, and he has an audience because Tom is going to hang out and Paul.
It's like the longest
We'll be right back.
Dedication.
We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Rossi.
And I'm Arthur Lee, the creator of Life Hack.
We're here today to announce that to date, Life Hack has saved hundreds of lives of people who almost died due to choking.
People may not realize that on average, 14 people a day die from choking-related incidents. Every 5 days, one of those lives is a child. That's why I created Life Hack.
And as a new mom, and from housewife to housewife, I felt compelled to share with you the discovery of this life-saving device.
Life Hack is a simple-to-use airway clearance device. Just place, push, and pull to save a life.
And it costs less than it would take to fill up your car with a tank of gas. Imagine being able to save a life for less than $70.
To learn more, please visit lifehack.net.
That's LIFEVAC.net.
Please don't allow one of your loved ones to become the victim of a choking accident.
And we're back to this mess. Back with one of my favorite comics, Bob DiBuono. Hey, Bob.
Hey, what's up? How are you?
I'm doing well, and let me say on a personal note, from the first time I met Bob, I felt like, you know how a lot of comics, they're always on, they're always coming. I felt a connection to this guy. He's just a nice guy. Yep. You know what I mean? He's a nice guy. He's a funny guy, and I love putting him on shows. Like I say about a lot of the comics I produce, they make me look so good. You know, you can go, hey, Bob's up next. For the next 45 minutes, I'm going to look like a champ because this guy's going to kill.
Well, you had him on the Wantor show. Now, that was my Firehouse.
Well, that show we lost that year. But
that's the show I bombed on.
What's that?
That's the show I bombed on.
No. So I see Teddy Smith outside, and I'm like, oh, Teddy, how you doing? I said, I came to meet Bob. And he's like, oh, he left like a minute ago.
I told him you were coming. Can you make the screen big? There he is. You told him I was coming. So
John, I didn't meet you that night? We never hung out?
No, you left about a minute. I was coming from another show.
Yeah.
And you were at the Firehouse where I was a volunteer, and I saw Teddy outside. Yeah. You missed Bob by
you said to me, is Santo coming? Is there a back door?
And there's a back door. There's a lot of back doors.
And that was.
I said I can't be in the same room with another good impressionist. I'm out of here.
It's too threatening.
It's a threat. It's too challenging.
No, I love doing impressions with other impressionists.
Well, John, if I'm not mistaken, on my birthday, John, don't you always send me like a voicemail message or something?
I do that for all my Facebook friends every day. Yes,
and I think that's hilarious because it's so unique, you know. And I mean, I didn't really know you that well, and I'm like, oh wow, he sent me a thing, and I always listen to it, you know, and I always appreciate it. It's a nice little gesture. And on a side note, John, you should be doing. I don't know if you do voices and get paid to do it, but you know, doing birthday messages, the anniversaries. Like, I hope you're doing that.
Yep. Yeah, I'm on voices.com if anybody wants to.
Oh, awesome. Okay, great.
Yeah, I have a whole thing there. The commercials I've done, the voiceovers, sure.
So Mr. Bob, I mean, you've been all over. Have you been to the White House yet? I mean, you seem to have been. What is that big
John, first of all, don't be racist. I go to everyone's house, black, white. You don't have to be. It's inappropriate.
It is. I apologize. Weren't you at that big concert? What is it called? Lollapalooza or something? I'm old. What is it called?
Woodstock.
No. I was at Woodstock. You were not. What is it called?
I started off when I started doing the Trump, and which I'm grateful for, doing it on Comedy Central's nightly show. I got all these really cool opportunities that were derivative of that, and I was on The View. I was the voice of Trump on Murphy Brown on CBS.
I saw that.
The concert you're talking to is I did Coachella in 2019.
Coachella. I knew it sounded like a bug.
Yeah, like 80,000 people. It was unbelievable. And that was part of a tour that I did with Kendrick Lamar and YG, the rappers. That was a 1-month tour around the country. We started in Sacramento and ended in American Airlines Arena in Miami.
So cool. Wow. What is one of your favorite? Can I ask you what is one of your favorite bits to do? I have a favorite bit that I love doing of yours. But do you have a favorite bit?
Well, fine. You made it work. Thank God. Could you do me a favor? I got to plug my computer in. It's going to die.
Okay.
Can you guys talk amongst yourselves for 30 seconds?
Thanks for being prepared.
This is called a walk. I'm walking out on John.
That does
you know
happen
what?
with the remote.
I don't know if you know Tom. Tom did comedy for a few years. Tom probably would like to do a bit that he worked on.
No, did you really do comedy?
No, I'm just kidding.
I knew it.
But
I could always tell when
we
got a
did the
ruse going.
Firehouse show. They don't do that Firehouse show anymore, huh, Tom?
Well, we
use it somebody else.
They switched over to just doing a regular beefsteak dinner.
Yeah.
And then, with COVID last year, it just shut us down, and they haven't. There was no talk of doing it again.
Oh man, that food was great. He was slicing meat. I mean, it was really good. Bob's back.
Bob's back.
So, what is one of your favorite bits to do? Can you do one of your favorite, or am I putting you on the spot?
No, you're not putting me on the spot. I mean, it's not like a favorite bit. I just have jokes I like doing. I mean, truth-based. The funniest jokes many times are built on real life experience.
Absolutely.
And then you might embellish a little bit, but that's where it comes from. And for me, I have a bunch of those. One being, I used to see a lot of crime in New York City, crazy stuff happening. We all do, homeless people, crazy people with no pants, whatever. And one night I was on the train. This is a true story. Early in the morning, I had a day job still. This is like going back 15 years ago. And a crazy guy on the train stabs a woman in the ass on the train. And all of a sudden I just hear like and we all look over. It's crowded. It's packed. The train packed, like 8 o'clock in the morning. And this girl goes, and we all look over, and some crazy guy like had a little sharp thing in his pocket. And he like gave her a little jab right in the hiney, And then she was like, oh my, ow. And then she goes, get him. And we're all like, I'm like half asleep. I'm like, what the freak is going on here? And all of a sudden the doors open up. The guy starts to run away. And then all of us, everyone was like looking around in like a panic. And a lot of the guys on there were like, oh, what do we do? And I was like, I'm thinking like, we gotta, go after this guy. And I have a little bit of a hero complex. Like, I think we all have that, like, superhero, save the day, get in the newspaper. They give you the keys to the city. You're in the next day with the mayor, like, yeah, hero. And so I'm like, I got to protect this girl, right? So I start chasing this crazy guy down the street who has a knife. And the funny part was I thought it would be so cool that I was chasing him because I thought it was really macho. But here's the problem. I can't run fast at all. I'm really slow. So I always tell people it didn't even look cool that I was chasing them. It looked like two separate situations. It looked ridiculous. It looked like some guy was running just really, really fast, and then way behind him, some guy was just like late for work.
I heard that, but I like that.
That's funny.
And the kicker is the next day they catch this true story. I stopped chasing him. The guy was way ahead of me anyway. I was like, I'm not going to catch him, and I was starving. So I stopped chasing him. The next day they catch him, and the police, this is the first time I ever had to do this. I didn't know how it worked. They catch the guy, and they called me because they knew that I was a witness. And they said, we want you to come down to the precinct and pick this guy out of a lineup. Now, I had no idea how lineups work. I just, I know from TV shows, like they put some people in a room, and then you pick them out. And I didn't know how. I didn't know if you win a prize. I don't know. I don't know what they do. So, they really should give a prize, to be honest with you. if you get it right. It's not easy. So you go in there, and I was really nervous because I was like, this is all new to me. I hope I get the right guy. And what they do is they put the guy in the room who they believe did it, who they caught, and then they bring in 5 other people who look exactly like the guy. They do it on purpose. They want to make it really hard. So their mindset is like, we're going to make it really hard. So if you pick out the guy, you're really going to know it's him. But it's actually the opposite. They all look alike, and you're like, I'm like, they all did it. I don't know. They all look like they could be friends, related. So I'm like in the middle, and I'm like freaking out because they all look very similar. Same height, same body type, same ethnic background. So I remember I was nervous, and he goes, come on, which one did it? The other cop was like, which one did it? Don't worry about it. They can't see you through the glass. Go ahead. Take your time. Which one did it? Which one? I go, I think I want to say number 2. And then he literally goes, no. Number 2, that's my sergeant. I just pulled him out of his office. We just needed somebody to stand in. And then it gets worse. I doubled down because I felt so embarrassed. And I said, no, I think your sergeant stabbed someone in the ass. And there was silence with me and the cop for like a minute. It felt like 20 minutes. And I thought they were going to arrest me. And the thing is that I don't even know if that's the right. I picked another one. I said, all right, well, and then number 4. And the thing is that they should make it easy. Like it shouldn't be like a sample question on a test. It's always the sample's ridiculously easy. And I'm like, they should make it so easy so you get it right. You make sure you get it right so some guy doesn't go to prison and get raped for the rest of his life. I'm like, should have had the one guy in the room, right? Next to him, they should have had like a little Indian family, a golden retriever, and then a tuna fish sandwich. And I would have figured it out.
You know what they could do? They could also put an orange hat on the guy. And everybody else has no hat.
Right.
Bob, that would rock in a sitcom. That would be like, that's my sergeant. Nah, it's him.
Yeah. It was crazy. And they don't even send you an email or a letter going, you got him, you win, we got him, he's arrested for assault. Never. I had no idea.
That is so funny.
Wow,
Have you ever been in a lineup?
No, not in a lineup. No.
Have you ever been arrested?
Nope. That was exciting. No,
I almost got arrested. This is another crazy story. I want to hear it. John, are you a cop or are you friends with cops or what?
What?
John,
No.
do you guys know cops?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them, yeah.
Can I just say one thing? I know Kevin's watching. I still got on We Fight with Tara. I know she's still in the hospital, Tara. So I'm still wearing the band.
Mine too.
John isn't wearing it today, but we're still wearing the bands. Tara, get well soon. Go ahead, Bob. I'm sorry.
No, it's crazy. No, I was just gonna say down at the Jersey Shore, they have like all of these like cops for hire by the beach. They're not even real cops. They're like, I don't know what they are. They're security. They ride around on bicycles. You know, no weapons. Bicycles. They got a badge, and they come up to you. You know, and they can be harassing. And I remember I was parked in my car and I was on my cell phone. It's going back 10 years ago, and some young guy, probably 22, 21, comes up to me and he goes, "You're on the phone. That's a ticket." And I go, "Ticket? I'm parked. That's not a ticket." And he starts screaming at me he's through my passenger window, and I'm in the driver's seat. And he's like, "You better get out the freaking phone." He's flipping out like a crazy man. So and all I could think of was Ralph Cramden, because I have an ego, and I was like, this guy's trying to alpha male me because he's a cop, and he's young, he thinks he's hot shit. So while he's screaming at me, I actually said, "Oh, by the way, never say this." I go, "Oh, I see. You're a tough guy, right? Because you're working, you're on the clock." I said, "Why don't you," this is where I became Ralph Cramden. I go, "Why don't you, on your day off, come down to my jujitsu school and I'll twist you into a pretzel." Exactly what I said. He goes, "What? You just threatened me." I go, "No, I didn't. I just said, come down on your off day and I'll twist you into a pretzel." He calls all of his backup. It's all true. I thought the guy was kidding. He's now more angry. He goes, "Get out of the car." I go, "For what?" "You just threatened me. That's a terrorist threat." I go, I'm not a terrorist. I'm white. You're a terrorist. I get out of the car. Literally, he gets out his walkie-talkie. 10 other bikes come flying around. Bicycles, not motorcycles, around the corner in like Manasquan, New Jersey. And then the sergeant or the lieutenant shows up. I think so, because he's on a unicycle. And he wheels himself in, and they put me up against the car, and they handcuff me. I've done nothing. I mean, I've never been arrested. I was a bouncer for 5 years. I used to work in the club. I have friends that are cops. I couldn't be any more pro-cop and pro-good citizen. And they put me in a holding cell for like 2 hours in New Jersey, in Manasquan, because I told a guy, as Ralph Cramden, I will twist you into a I'm like, I guess this guy's never seen The Honeymooners.
Very good.
That's hilarious.
You got one more quickie for us?
Well, this is a true story. My mother, we all had to, went through COVID, which is horrible, and, freaked me out because I'm OCD about everything. I'm not like a germaphobe, but I'm always worried about getting sick. And then when the whole thing came, I was nervous and I was doing everything. I mean, we all were trying to follow and they kept changing the rules. I was washing my hands. I was 6 feet. They said I was doing 12 feet. My Asian friend, would call me on the phone. I wouldn't answer it. I don't know if it comes through the wires, and so I'm freaking out. And I didn't know if the mask was even working. So I would wear a condom. And I was protected. Let me just say that. And I'm not against masks. I wear a mask a lot because my teeth are yellow. So I literally got freaked out. I don't know where I'm going with this. Where's my story here? Where's my story? I know. So I was in the whole time with my girlfriend, and my mom is really attached to her cat. And she got really, really attached to her cat during this whole thing. It was almost like, you were around your animals, your pets all the time, 24/7. My mom got so attached to the cat that now when she goes away, she literally will call the cat on the answering machine and leave a message for the cat. And I go, why do you do that? She goes, I don't want to leave the cat alone. The cat gets lonely, so I leave a message so it hears my voice. So I go, well, Mom, that's even more traumatic for the cat that has no idea, where the voice is coming from. So she goes away for like a week, and I had to go get the mail at my mother's house. I go to the house, I get the mail, and my mother called the house looking to leave a message for the cat, has no idea I'm there. And I hear on my mother's machine from like 1993, it's literally on live. I hear my mother going, hello, Frisky, it's Mommy. I love you. Mommy's coming home, my little baby. I love you, my little. So I picked up the phone and I was like, and my mother, I think she passed out on the other end.
Thank you, Bob DiBuono. Where can we see you, Bob? Where are you going to be performing?
Well, I'm all over the place. I'm going to Idaho for a week to do a bunch of shows out there, and they can see me in the city. I do the Comedy Cellar. I'm there Thursday night.
What's your website?
Hosting. What's that?
Website.
My website is bobdebono.com. Instagram @BobDiBuono. Twitter @BobDiBuono.
Awesome.
Bob, thank you so much.
Hilarious.
Thank you, fellas.
Great
Thank you.
fun.
Right, John.
That was
Right, John.
hilarious.
Take care, fellas.
And Paul, thank you so much for taking the time. We're excited about coming to Jersey, and thank you for doing that for us. We feel the love. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Butch, for putting the show together. Bobby from Behind the Glass, and my co-host,
John Santo.
John Santo. Where can we find you?
Tomorrow night, Broadway Comedy Club.
I'm with you. We're both there tomorrow night.
That's right.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
Let's go, Rams.
Leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Who's chasing the beer that circle the lips? Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.